Hello guys and welcome back. So in the last video we completed the UI of our wallpaper digital screen. Okay, now in this video we want to create the UI for the create wallpaper screen. Okay, so for that, before we do that, first let's install the packages that we are going to need. Okay, because in this screen, the creating wallpapers, we will be generating wallpapers with AI, and we'll also be able to upload our wallpapers from the gallery. Okay, so there's going to be two modes: to generate with AI, or to just take the photo that we have taken as a wallpaper and upload it, or the photos that we have saved in our gallery. Okay, so let's go ahead and add the packages. So first I'm going to minimize this, and then I'm going to minimize this as well. So here, let's first search for image picker. Okay, so this one over here, let's click on it, and then this is the readme for iOS. We need to add this in info.plist as required. Okay, so first let's go up in installation. We're gonna copy that, go back to our application, go to main pubs.yaml file, and then paste that. Now we're gonna add that required setup. Okay, if we minimize this, go to readme, you can see that we need to add these permissions. Okay, so I'm simply going to paste these here for doing this really fast. So here we need to go to iOS runner and then info.plist. Okay, so these ones we need to paste them up here. So I'm just gonna come here, and then what I'll do is I'll just paste these things here. You guys can just check from my description, or you can put your own description. Okay, so let me quickly just paste these. Okay, I've just pasted this. I'm gonna put a space so that you can see what I've pasted here. So there's a NS photo library description, which I've put this to access your library, and then the camera description, this is to access your camera, and the microphone description. So this I usually just put it just in case you want to have some voice commands. Okay, so this is actually not even required. If you go to here, you can see that here it needs a, you can see that even the mic, actually it's required. We need to put this microphone usage description. Okay, just in case you want to use it. Okay, so let's come here. You can see that I've put these three. You can also do the same, and then I'm gonna go ahead and close this and save the info.plist. I'm gonna close that. Then next we're gonna go back there and get the next package that we need. So you see, this is only for iOS. For Android, it's starting with the version, this is 0.8.1 is not required. Okay, so we are just okay with Android. Okay, now next let's go to image cropper. So we're gonna use this same one on top. Let's copy it. So for this one, if you read the instruction, it's come down here. You can see that for iOS there's no configuration required, but we're gonna need this for Android. Okay, to put this in a the crop activity in our manifest. Okay, so first thing, let's go on installation, and then let's copy that. And then let's go back to our application, and then let's paste it. Let's go ahead and go back there, go to the readme, then come to copy this crop activity. Let's copy that, go back to our application, and then we come back here. You can minimize that and go to Android app source main manifest. So here inside the activity here, okay, inside the application here, so we can just add it after this metadata and paste it. So let's just move it a bit to format this like that, And then we can also close this manifest to save it. Then here we can also Control S just to save it. Okay, let's just wait for it to save. So while it's saving, let's also go back to get another package that we need. This is going to be the cached. So this one I'm just putting it now, because we are going to use this once we start getting the real data from Firestore. Okay, so cached network images, we're gonna need to use this. Okay, this one. Okay, so let's go to installation, and then let's copy this, go back to our application, can close that, then paste it here. Now this cached network image works with the Flutter cache manager, so that you can manage the cached image. Okay, so if we minimize, if you go to readme, you can see that here they're advising that it works properly with the Flutter cache manager. So let's click on this Flutter cache manager, because using this Flutter cache manager we can manage our cached images. Okay, so let's go on installation, and then let's copy this, come down here, then paste it. Let's also save this. So let's just wait for it to save. All right, it's completed without any errors. We can close that, and then we can also close that. Now we can bring back the application. Now what we want to do is, when we click here, we want to navigate to the create wallpaper screen. Okay, so what we're gonna do is just to come, let's close what we don't need here. All this is done, all this is done, all this is done. That's done, that's done, that's done, that's done. Now in the home screen here on the Fab button, so first let's minimize all of these. Okay, so first let's create the wallpaper screen. Okay, so let's come here on the screen, right click, new file, let's create wallpaper screen .dat. So this is going to be a stateful widget. If you type stf, and then we're just gonna say create wallpaper screen. Okay, so first here for now let's return a scaffold. Okay, which is going to just return a center of create wallpaper screen. Okay, now if we go to the home screen, let's look for this, the floating action button. I say navigator dot push, and then material page route context. I'm gonna go to create so the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to create the provider class for the wallpaper. Okay, so let's go on the providers here, right click, and then new file. Let's create wallpaper provider, like that, provider .dat. So let's do class wallpaper provider. We can just close that, and then so this one here, it will extend change notifier. So first we're gonna need a wallpaper, but we don't want a list, we just want a wallpaper which can be nullable. Okay, so first let's import this wallpaper like that. So we need to close it like that, and then put this as nullable. And then also we're gonna need the boolean is loading, which is initialized to false. Next we're gonna need the dynamic image. Okay, so this one is going to be an image. So why we are passing it as dynamic, because it can be an image from gallery, or it can be an image from a model from the AI generated image. Okay, So this is going to be a book. So it can be an image from gallery, or the image from, or the generated image from the model, okay, because the generated image is going to come in another format, okay, and also the image from the gallery is going to come from another format, okay. So also we're gonna need a file. This is going to be called an image file. So let's import the package, the .i of this one, okay. Now right after this one, we're gonna need getters, okay, getters. So we're gonna just do getters like that. Sorry, let's just finish it like that. And then we also get that one. We also gonna get that one, and then the is loading also, there is a getter, okay. Now right after this one, first let's just create a method that will clear everything, okay. This will just be called on cancel, okay. So we're gonna just say clear state, okay. So this is just going to call everything to be cleared, okay. So is loading is going to be false, image is going to be now, and then also wallpaper is going to be now, okay. Okay, we want to put also the wallpaper as now here. It's forgotten to put the wallpaper. So let's put it like that. Okay. So wallpaper also is going to equal to now, okay. So this method, we're just gonna call it whenever we cancel anything to clear all the state. So for now, we can just have these as our wallpaper provider, okay. This is the only thing that we need for now, okay. So now right after this one, of course, we need to go to main.dat here, and then also add that wallpaper provider. Here we're gonna have a change notifier provider, which is going to be a wallpaper provider. Here we can just close that like that. Okay, sorry. We can do what is happening there. We can remove all of that. Okay, and then we just simply need to import this wallpaper provider, okay. So just like this, the wallpaper provider is also here in the main.dat. Now next, we need now to go back in the create wallpaper class, okay. So in this class, what's going to be happening is this, okay. So let's click here and go there. So first I'm gonna just hot reload one more time, and then restart the application. And then if we click here, we're going to navigate to this class, okay. So what's going to happen in this class is that when we generate an image, we want it to fill the entire screen here, okay. And then when we click on once it filled, we're going to have the buttons to share, to save to firestore, or to cancel, okay. So also once we click on the image, we want every buttons that we're going to have the up bar and these buttons to share to go away, so that we can see the full image, like how the wallpaper will display. The same way when we pick image from gallery or camera, we want it to fill the screen so that we can view it before we save it, okay. And then in the up bar, we're going to have a switch between toggling to go to pick image from gallery or to generate image with AI, okay. So that's what we are going to do here. So let's get started. So on top here, first what I'm going to do is to have a string of the prompt, okay. So prompt, I'm going to say prompt, which is going to be empty. And then I'm going to also have a boolean, which says is AI mode. So we're gonna use this boolean to switch the screens between generating an AI image or picking from gallery or camera, okay. So also we want to have a boolean if we want to show the controls or just show the image here, okay. That's going to be another boolean. This is going to be, let's call it show controls to false, okay. Now since we are going to have that, we're going to easily here going to have the methods between toggling modes, okay. So let's say toggle mode, toggle yeah, toggle AI mode, or we can just say toggle mode. Okay, so this one is just going to be a method like this, toggle mode. Okay, let's make this method maybe private just to this class, because we're going to call it down here. Okay, so this is just going to set the state between AI or is not AI mode. Okay, so first, before we even set the image, what we want to do is when we toggle switching to AI or image, we want to clear the images, the image if we have picked any image. So we're gonna put the comments here, what we're gonna do here. So number one, we are going to clear, let's say clear wallpaper. I'm gonna say clear wallpaper state from provider. Okay, from provider, this is what we could do. And then after we clear that, that's when now we're gonna here number two, toggle. Okay, toggle mode. Okay, that's what is going to happen. Okay, so in here we can simply just call that method from our provider to clear the wallpaper, but let's not call it now, we are not yet here. Okay, and then the other thing is to trigger visibility of the UI. Okay, like I said, once we click on the image, we want the UI that we have here to go away, so we can create that method also in advance. Okay, so let's say toggle controls. Okay, so this one is simply going to do like it's saying set controls, is just going to change the controls. Okay, now that is out of the way. First, let's initialize the wallpaper provider. Okay, final wallpaper provider, this is going to equal to, we're going to read the wallpaper provider. Let's import that. So let's also import that. Okay, so here we want to watch, because we want whenever we change the image in the wallpaper provider, like this image or this one, once we set it to the new image, we want to display it here. Okay, that's why we want to watch here. Okay, so also let's have another boolean which is going to tell us that we have an image in the provider. Okay, so I'm gonna say final what I'm gonna say has image. Okay, because what I want to do is if we have an image here, these controls that we are going to put here to generate wallpaper or to pick image from guy, I want to hide this. Okay, so that we can show the full screen image. That's why I need this boolean to check if we have an image. Okay, this is just simply checking this if there's something here. Okay, so let's go back. I hope you get to understand all of this as we go. Okay, and then that's it. Now to get our behavior that when we click on this image all the controls go away, here we need to return a gesture detector. Okay, so let's go ahead and return the gesture detector. So the on tap, let's first deal with on tap, because on tap we want the UI to go away, these other UIs. Okay, so here on top we want to check first has image, and then if it has image, we want to toggle controls, else we want to say now. Okay, if it doesn't have image, we won't do anything else, we'll toggle control. So let's close that out. And then the child of this gesture detector, of course, is going to be the scaffold. Okay, scaffold. Now in this scaffold, first, because we want, okay, like what it's doing here, that's exactly what we want to do, but let's just go step by step. Okay, so first here we want to extend the image like we are extending in all other places. So we say extended body to up bar to true. Okay, now next we want to show the up bar, so let's say up bar. So this up bar also, let's just create the own up bar for here, build, let's call it build up bar. Okay, then now here we also want to send if has image. Okay, because if there is an image here, we want to be able to hide the up bar or show it to do whatever we want with it. Okay, so let's continue. Next we're going to have a body. So this, of course, we're going to return a stack widget which has children, and then on these children now we have to see what we're going to do. So first, if it has image, we want to show that image here. Okay, so what we're going to do is here first we're going to check. Okay, let's just say comment first, main content. Okay, so we want to check if it has image. What we want to do is we want to show the wallpaper. So that one, let's also just maybe create its own widget. So I'm going to call it wallpaper preview. Okay, wallpaper preview, and then let's get that widget. If it has image, we're going to show that wallpaper. So here maybe let's send the image source so that we can have that image, and then the image is going to come from wallpaper provider dot image. Okay, else we're gonna show the, like here now we can show like the placeholder. If there's no image, we can write something here. Okay, so maybe let's be showing what we are doing here. First, let's create this app bar so that we can show it here, so that we can see what we're working with here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put the cursor here and then put it here, or maybe just come after this gesture detector here and then create a preferred app bar. Okay, preferred size widget. Okay, which is going to be the build app bar, which is this one. Okay, so here I also need to do some checks. Okay, so the app bar, this is going to return the app bar. So first, and then we're going to check here. If it has image, we're going to show transparent background. Else we need to show theme provider. We're going to get the image from the theme. Okay, so theme dot of context, and then we're going to get this. We actually don't need to get this. Let's get context dot app bar theme dot background color. Okay, now what else do we need to check here? Let's just have more checks. I think we can complete the app bar here. So let's see what else we can need. In the leading, maybe in the leading here, first of all, we don't want to show the back button. Okay, if there is an image or something. Okay, yeah, I mean, if there's an image, we don't want to, actually we just don't want to show the back button if there's an image. Okay, we only want to come out of this screen if there is nothing selected here. So for that, we can just also just check if it has image. We can show a size box, constant of sized box. Else we want to show now. Okay, next we need to deal with the title of the app bar. So in the app bar, we need to be showing the user that now you are in image generation or you are in AI generation. Okay, so let's go ahead to deal with the title. So title, what we want to do is let's check if is show control. Okay, if is show control or you don't have images, so we have to say or not has images. Okay, if there is this, we are going to show a text of create wallpaper. And also in this text, we need to check now in this text, do we have are we in AI mode or what? Okay, so here again we have to check. Okay, is AI mode. If it is AI mode, what we're gonna do is create AI wallpaper. Else we want to say upload wallpaper. Okay, we're gonna say upload wallpaper. Okay, you understand all of these guys once we start showing these. Okay, and then yeah, I think that's gonna be it. Maybe we can also give this text some style, because we want these to be seen even if the wallpaper is light. Okay, is white, so we need to put some shadows. Okay, so for that, let's put some style which comes from text style. Okay, so these, let's bring this down, then maybe also the style we can bring it down. So in this tile, first we're gonna need color. So the color is going to determine if it is going to have image. We're going to have colors dot white if we have an image, else we're just not going to have NR. Okay, and then next let's put some shadows. Okay, because we always want to show this even if the image is white. Okay, if it has image, what we want to do here, we need to create the shadow. Okay, so we're gonna call it shadow, and then inside the shadow we're gonna have color. So this is obviously going to be the black color, and then blur radius. So also, what can we bring down here? Maybe from here, or yeah, just after here where we are doing the check, and then also here we can bring this down and then bring the shadow down as well. Maybe bring this also down. And then here, the blur radius, we're gonna just keep 2. Then right after this one, we're gonna say otherwise now. Okay. Now that is out of the way, we need to add a constant keyword to remove all of these this error. Okay. But let's just format this. We can put a comma over here. Okay, now next, okay, what is this saying? It wants us to put the constant keyword in front of the shadow here. Okay, so the next thing to do is the actions. Okay, so here in these actions, we also need to toggle between going to AI generation and also going to image, picking image from gallery. Okay, so what we're gonna do here in the actions, first we're gonna have to have the check of show controls or doesn't have image, and then we're gonna show our actions. Okay, so in these actions, the first one, or else we have to show first now. Okay, and then that's it. Now in these actions, okay, so first we're gonna have this icon button. This icon button on pressed is just gonna toggle mode, which is this one. And then for the icons, now for the icon we need to change here. First, let's remove the constant keyword. Then we have to check if is AI mode. If it is AI mode, we want to go icons dot photo. Let's call the photo library icon. Photo library. Else we want to call the AI icon. Which one is that? We're gonna call that auto awesome. Yeah, this one. And then now we need to give this a color. So for the color, we're gonna call, first we have to check again if it has images, it's going to be a white color, else it's going to be a null. Yeah, I think that's about it for the app bar. Next is let's create this widget. Okay, but I think let's keep these videos short. This one, for example, let's just put a child which says a text of we can just say your wallpaper will appear here. Let's minimize. Your wallpaper will appear here. Yeah, that's what we want to show. Okay, next we have to create this widget. Okay, but I think let's do that in the next video. Let's keep these videos short. Okay, if you like this video, guys, please consider subscribing to my channel and leaving a like to this video. Thank you, and see you in the next video.